With a sample file open, and we're going to use My Bedroom Sample Project, we're going to explore the new 2013 project interface. Now, when you have a project open, and until you change the view, by default, you are looking at the Gantt chart view. The Gantt chart view presents you with a table on the left and the Gantt chart on the right, with effectively a split between these two separate windows, and that split is a vertical bar that you can actually move. If you grab hold with your mouse, you can drag that bar to see more of the Gantt chart or more of the left-hand table. So you would leave that where you saw fit. We get ribbons, just as you do in the rest of the Office suite, and those ribbons are headed up File, which actually takes you into a whole back office situation, with the arrow taking you back out. Then we have Task, Resource, Report, Project, and View. There is also the option to have the Developer ribbon activated, which would give you another tab across the top here. And then any further tabs, such as this one we have currently, Gantt Chart Tools, is a context-sensitive tab. So we're currently looking at the Gantt Chart Tools formatting tab because we're looking at the Gantt chart. If we change our view to the resource usage one, for example, then we get a different formatting tab. Resource Usage Tools format. If we change the view to Resource Sheet, then we get Resource Sheet Tools format. So this context-sensitive part of the ribbon appears when you're looking at a particular view. We go back into other views, Resource Graph, and we get Resource Graph Tools. So every single little view has its own little tab at the top. Even if we activate the timeline, which is an option we will investigate shortly, if I click into this additional timeline, I then get the Timeline Tools format. So these other tabs remain on your ribbon: Task, Resource, Report, Project, and View, but the next one changes based on the current view you're looking at. So if I deactivate the timeline and go back to viewing the Gantt chart, then I get the Gantt Chart Tools format. Now these ribbons remain open at all times unless you want to auto hide them, which you can do by simply double clicking any of the tabs. So if I double click the View tab, then the View tab buttons disappear, and that's the case now for all the other tabs. I actually have to click and you'll see it pops down, but if I click away, it disappears. It's the same with Report. One click activates all the report options, but I click back into my project and the report options disappear. So they are auto hidden until you need them. If you want them to come back so that they're permanently on, you simply double click any one of the tabs and we get fixed back to the top of the page, and you'll notice that the project moves down and locks itself underneath the tabs then. So regardless of whichever one you are on, they stay in view, even the context sensitive one. The double click auto hides, and then you have to click again to see the options, choose the one you want, or click away and the icons disappear. Double click to bring back into permanent mode. Along the bottom, we have the status bar, which currently says ready. New tasks are auto scheduled, but we can click to change that to manual schedule. So this is a little option down the bottom here to change between auto and manual scheduled. And we will again look subsequently at the difference between these. On the right of that status bar are icons to change to the most common views. Now the view that we're on is this one, that's the Gantt chart view. You can see that it's got a darker green background. But I can move across and go to the task usage view, team planner view, the resource sheet view, and then finally the report view. Now this is only accessible if you've actually started to create a report. Until that stage, this remains an unavailable option. There is also here a zoom bar that allows you to zoom in and out, and that works on the report option and on the Gantt chart option. So it takes you in and out of the Gantt chart. Now there are other ways of zooming in and out, and when we get to zooming in and out, we will explore those options. To the top right of the interface, we have a little option of Guy. That's who I'm currently signed in as. And if I had an image connected to my profile, that would appear here. And then we have a restore and a close button for the current project. So if I wanted to close the current project, I could click this little cross here. If I wanted to restore this window, then I could click here and the window will move down. The top icons are then for projects. So I could close the whole of project, could maximize the whole of project, could minimize the whole of project, and I could visit the help files. And then the final little part that we'd like to investigate here in the Project 2013 interface is the quick access toolbar. Just at the top left here, to the very top left, we have the project icon, and then we have some easily accessible shortcut icons that are there the whole time, even when you auto hide your tabs. So if I auto hide these, the quick access toolbar remains. There is a little drop arrow here for accessing and turning on other quick access options, such as new, if you're creating new projects, open, if you're opening lots of projects, and even the ability to go into more commands, to go and choose other commands that you would like adding to your quick access toolbar. But we do investigate the quick access toolbar later on in this title. And the last option here is to show below the ribbon. So that would move your quick access icons below, which then sort of left aligns your title there. And this is quite useful if you use it a lot, because it brings the icons closer to the project, so there's less distance to travel with the mouse. Personally, I seem to like it above for some reason. And I also tend to like my tabs visible, so I can see what options I've got to play with. So that's the Project 2013 interface and how you can navigate around and what options you've got to turn on and off, depending on your preferences.